Okay, ready? I'm not. Hi guys, and welcome to Art by Brooke. I'm Brooke, and this is my canvas. It's 8 by 16 inches, and I'm going to be using these cups for a pour. Here's my creepy knife. And I'm going to be using this Artist Loft Floetrol? Acrylic, actually. So let's just set up a few things and get started. First of all, I take this creepy knife thing. The technical term is an X-Acto knife, but who actually uses technical terms? And I'm going to cut some random lines into this cup, hopefully to create some cool techniques and designs. I like to do this, I like to go over it multiple times so that it actually creates a good enough cut in the actual plastic. Sometimes you have to push really hard. We're just gonna saw a little bit because why not? You know, this is actually a pretty good technique if you have some anger issues. You can just take it right out on this cup like I'm doing here. I'm actually going to cut a line that goes pretty much all the way around the cup. I cut it just right in half. And then I can have a shorter cup for my usage. Okay, so I take the paper bowl cup thing and I put the half plastic cup inside of it. And I like to call this the double CUPPALOO. I'm going to use this clear, transparent, flexible, paintable, maybe it's adhesive? I don't remember. It's got a pretty hard top though, so you have to kind of really make sure that you use your strength to get it off. So I'm going to put it right onto the bottom of this plastic cup to make sure that it stays in place inside the paper cup. This part's kind of fun because you can just swirl it around, so I like to go a little crazy. You gotta really put some coats on to make sure it stays. And I'm going to center it right in the center, who would have guessed, of this plastic or this paper cup. I just push it down to make sure that it stays, and I gotta let it dry for a little bit, and then hopefully it will stay in place for my pouring technique. I use both my hands just so I can show off my nails because they're pretty. So another thing I'm gonna do is use some more of this adhesive, put it on another plastic cup. Would you look at that? And we'll see where I end up putting this. I can't tell you everything ahead of time or else it's just gonna give it away, and what's the fun in that? So you gotta put the top back on, make sure that the adhesive doesn't dry out because that would be a waste of money. And I'm just gonna put this plastic cup right in the center of the other plastic cup because why not? Sometimes you just gotta go a little crazy. Don't mind my hair there because I had to look to see what I was doing. Here's the double-handed technique again because those pretty nails just have to be shown off. And we're gonna make sure that it sticks right in the center. Get a good glimpse of my hair. And let it dry for a little bit. And voila, here we go. There is a warning on this label, so be careful of that. But it does say allow 24 hours to dry. So 24 hours later, I put these gloves on. And we're gonna start our little adventure. Okay, so I pour a crap ton of this on to my canvas. Thank you, artist Loft. And we're just gonna let it run on the canvas a little bit. Give it a little bit of its own creativity to move around on the canvas. And then I'm gonna take my hand and just smear it across. If you want to be very bold and crazy, you can just, not wear gloves. That's fun sometimes. But today, of course, I chose gloves because I wanted to be neat and tidy for you guys. And then what we'll do is we're going to take this triple CUPPALOO technique and we're going to pour some black paint into the outer ring. It's a lot of black paint. I believe it has Floetrol in it as well, or something to make it more flowy. And I'm going to take a purple color. That's the Basics brand, Liquitex Basics. We're going to pour it into the center ring. This looks pretty sweet, not gonna lie. So we pour it in the center, make sure that you don't get any in the black, and vice versa, don't get the black in any of the other rings. And then we're going to take one last color, white, and we pour that right in the center. So we got black, purple, and white. Again, making sure not to mix that color into the other colors. A little drop might not hurt, but you always try your best not to mix if you can. So, this canvas was originally on 4 different plastic cups. I ended up taking the 2 plastic cups off on the right side to create some sort of like a waterfall effect, so the canvas is actually at an angle. And then I take this triple CUPPALOO pour and I start pouring. And as you can tell, these colors end up coming together really cool, like a waterfall. A black, purple, and white waterfall. But I just gradually pour it, make sure it's a slow pour. If you do a fast pour, it's going to tip obviously a lot out at one time and you can muddy the colors. And we don't want to mix them too much. We want to make this cool ripple technique effect. So the video is speeding up, you can see what it looks like over the course of some time. So as of right now, it looks like just the black and white has mainly taken over. The purple, there's not really much purple shown here. But so then I just pick up the canvas and I tilt it around a little bit. Do a little Shazam. And I make sure that I personally like when the canvas is completely covered by the paint, so I make sure to tip it enough to have the full canvas covered. This is a personal preference, so really, if you decide to do a pour like this, you could do it your own way. You don't have to tip it. But like I said, I do like tipping it to make sure it covers the entire canvas. This is pretty cool because the white is almost looking like a feather, kind of. I thought it would look more like a waterfall type of ripple effect, like I was saying before, but it looks to be more feathery. Kind of disappointed because the purple isn't as obvious as I thought it would be, but you can never really know what your art is going to turn out to be, so I guess it's better to just not have expectations, even though I tend to have expectations pretty much every time. So yeah, I'm going to set this back down on the cups, and then I just will let it sit for a little bit. I changed my mind. Decided to tilt it a little bit more. You can see my cool fancy light reflect into it when I tilted it that one time. So basically, I like to call this my triple CUPPALOO paint pour. As you can see down in the right corner, I'm adding a little black to the corner. That's just to make sure that the corner is completely covered. I just took a paintbrush with some black on it. Because, like I said, my personal preference is just to make sure the canvas is covered and there's no original canvas showing. So I'm just going to look around here, make sure there's nothing uncovered, and then this is my hand. So I let it sit for a little bit, and here I'm just going to give you a little bit of a closer look at my triple CUPPALOO paint pour. You can see the really detailed designs of the lines from the pour, and then also some of those bubble type things. Like I said before, you know, the purple hasn't really shown much. It's mostly just the black and white. And with the white taking over the black area more at the bottom, you can see that it's almost, from afar, it's almost like a gray tone because of the black and the white next to each other. And then there's just one section with a lot of purple. Right here is cool because it has these dots. It kind of reminds me of freckles. And actually, this section's really cool. It's like a zebra almost. And if you can see down here, these droplets ended up looking really sweet too. When I tilted the canvas, I got some of these drops of paint on the desk and the plastic underneath my paint pour. So some of these droplets end up looking cooler than the canvas itself sometimes. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this side again because, like I said, it looks like a zebra, and zebras are really sweet. And I wanted to share that with you because I think the world needs more zebras. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you yourself try a triple CUPPALOO paint pour. Bye!
So what was the process like for you?
Kind of awkward actually, not gonna lie, because I feel like I'm not very funny today, so...
Well, and you also had no idea what the painting was gonna be.
Yeah, all I knew was that there were 2 brands used for the paints.
No. That's about it.
I'm not even familiar with the brands, so...
And actually, this was the first time I've ever done this technique, so you couldn't look at my old videos and know what was going to be happening from there.
The triple CUPPALOO paint pour?
Yes.
You should call it that.
I should.
What's it actually called?
It's actually called a wing pour, so you got there eventually. You eventually said it looked like feathers. Yeah. So you're almost right. And that is actually a waterfall style where you tilt the painting and the paint goes down like a waterfall. So you were pretty close.
Common sense coming in clutch.
I guess you understand how they named it that way.
Yes. Yes, I did. What was it like for you listening to me in the background?
Well, I kept laughing. I did correct you once on accident from the background. I don't know if you could hear me. I think you said something about Floetrol.
Oh.
I don't know. I had to stop myself from doing that because the whole point is that it's fun that you don't know what's going on. So yes, I do mix my paint with Floetrol and sometimes a little bit of water, but mostly just paint and Floetrol.
So I did say that right, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to
give it a thumbs up
and also subscribe if you haven't already. That way you'll see every video I post.
I see every video she posts all the time.
It's because I send them to you. Comment down below, what do you think we should do next? Would you like to see her do another voiceover? I also think we should have our dad do a voiceover too. I think that would be really funny.
I think it would be. At least at least I knew the technical term for a X-Acto knife, for an X-Acto knife.
You don't think he would know an X-Acto knife?
He will, but he probably won't know what Floetrol is. No.
We'll see if he remembers. Share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. Do you remember how I close out my videos?
No.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.
Great day. If this wasn't such a good painting, I would smack you with it. Hey guys!
Hey!
Welcome back to Art by Brooke. This is Art, and she's Brooke. I think we're confused.
I was gonna just do this as the outro.
Yeah, I know. Your eyeballs look really fancy.
Thanks, I put a lot of work into them. So, Mara, what was that like for you?
For you. Well, for me, it was good.
Oh gosh.
Okay, stop. We're done.